29-year-old Kendell Doolal was shot dead by a man known to him near St. Margaret's police station on Tuesday. Doolal of Upper Hillside Road, San Fernando, was fatally shot along Ojir Alley Road, St. Margaret's. And I want you all to jump this, yeah? Remember, I had spoken with his mother. I met with his mother yesterday. You remember that? So the entire interview is on yesterday's show. You can go back to that. Go ahead. Accept my sympathy. Now, this is what I call the accused. What is the accused name?
Joel.
Joel. Yeah.
Huh?
Joel Gooden?
Gooden, yeah.
Yeah, Joel Gooden, yeah. He can assist police, that Joel, and to call Joel and tell him that how, you know, you can't be terrorizing this fella. So, like, you know, there was a whole jealousy thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I would not stop. I want to get down to it. I want to get down to what exactly, because one person is dead. One person is dead, and that person has been identified as Kendell Doolal. Very, very sad. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I had the cause to question Joel Gooden, the person who's on the run. I called because I know somebody who contacted me. I contacted them. They call him. I tell him, I say, yeah, what's going on? Merge him on the call for me, please. Wherever he wants to hide, wherever he wants to hide, let him continue. He said, no, he's going down to the police station today, tomorrow, which is Friday. So by then, if it had any residue, I don't know. This is why I asked him all that. So ladies and gentlemen, the suspect in connection with the killing of Kendell Doolal spoke to me today. He's been identified as Joel Gooden. And this is what he had to say via audio interview. Yeah, Joel, what's happening? You all right?
Well, I'm trying to be okay right now.
What exactly happened, Joel? Because I want to record this. What exactly happened? You explain to me in your words. What exactly happened by that you broke the guy glass? What exactly happened? Tell me.
Well, 2 months ago, me and this fella was working together. He was good. We used to move together on work. When he came into the work, I show him the ropes, I teach him the job. He was basically underneath me. Alright? So happened that our supervisor changed, and since the supervisor changed, the fella he started making issues on the job with other guys and saying they're doing bad work and they're not doing a good job. And I spoke to him as a partner. He was showing him the job. I said, Kendell, you're playing with men, bread and butter. Stop doing that. You're making it bad for men. And from that day, speaking to him as somebody I consider, that was it. He started going and telling other people that I jealous him. He started speaking all sorts of things about me. He went as far as
Speak up a little bit. I'm not hearing you. Go ahead, listen to you.
He went as far as saying that he killed that fella some years ago in Fran's garden, and that he would do that to me.
Right.
Because me and the guy, we live in the same location. So he referred to that as something he did. Within that instance, I made a report on work.
So you did complain to your supervisor about him?
Yes, I did, and they were aware that he was the aggressor.
What did his name again?
Kendell.
Kendell, sorry. Kendell. Right. So you did tell your boss about Kendell. But the day in question,
yes,
why did you break his glass for?
Pardon?
The day in question, the day of the incident, why did you break his car glass for?
I did not break his car glass.
But, okay.
I did not break Kendell's car glass. It's a normal thing. I normally leave work about half an hour earlier to go and clock out at our next location in Fran's Garden to beat the traffic and stuff. So
But how can there,
that was
how can a official, a person there, and the company, a senior official said that he told Kendell, go and make a report that you got in, break the glass. And that is how Kendell ended up calling his mother.
Kendell called me. Kendell called me last night. He said, Mommy, the boy smashed my back and my windscreen. He said, Mom, I'm going in the station. I said, Kendell, go ahead. He said, Mommy, you come and meet me? I said, yes, I'm coming to meet you. I'm going and pick up his brother. But my belly started to hurt me. And I said, Kenton, something not right. So I'm calling Kendell back. Kendell not answering.
okay.
That's exactly what happened.
I have no awareness of being around this car. This car park has at least 1,000 cars to the lease. I left you earlier trying to beat the traffic with a coworker. With a person who was aware of all my movements. We went straight to Fran's Garden. When I went to clock out, a supervisor asked me to work late. I asked him if I could reach home to get some fresh clothes because I live at least about 10 minutes away for the most. He allowed me to. The supervisor was aware of Kendell harassing me on the job site.
Okay.
I went home. Yeah. I went home. I spoke to the man at home. She wasn't feeling too well. I asked her, babe, you want me to stay with you? I get offer to work with to take some extra hours. You want me to stay or you want me to go back home? He said, go ahead. Go ahead. Go to work. I left. I got my clothes. I left for work. Walking down the hill. See if Kendell car parked up. About 5 meters away. I see Kendell come out of the car. He opposed me. So go there, you break my car glass, you break my car glass. All I try to tell him, Kendell, and I do not take cars. I come in to go back to make some extra hours. I try to talk to him, I say, Kendell. I do not take car. He say, you're dead tonight, go in, you're dead tonight. I'll make sure dead tonight when you reach down that hill. I proceeded down here. The reverse car down here. And while he was down here, I could see him hand reaching somewhere in the car. Reaching for something in the car.
So you are saying that Kendell had a gun?
I didn't see any gun. But I saw him reaching for something like it. You're trying to drive and you're looking for something in it. That was the movements I saw in the car.
Okay.
And with that now, I see like he come out the car. He come out the car. He started talking. All I tried to defend him, I could defend him. I did not take car, but I was trying to go to work.
Kendell was in the company of who?
Nobody. I didn't see anybody in the car. I didn't see nobody on the road, nowhere. I took Kendell alone.
But Kendell was with a friend. And when the friend answered the phone, the friend told the mother that you shot him.
No answer. Then the friend answered he killed Kendell. I said, what? Kill Kendell? It's like I don't know myself.
So his friend was right with him?
His friend see everything. Friend called my son and tell him everything. Everything what happened. Kendell didn't deserve this.
Kendell, I had nobody in Kendell car. I had nobody in Kendall. I didn't see anybody in Kendall. I didn't see anybody at all in Kendall's staff. It was just Kendall who came out.
Okay. So you are saying that you are innocent and you did no shooting?
I did no shooting. I had no firearm. I had no firearm. I was never in any possession of a firearm. I've been the one who has been threatened. I've been the one who tried. The supervisors, I don't know if it reached up to A.I.N in the yard, but the safety that took the report is Kendall's cousin. So I'm not sure if the report is up in the yard.
So you are saying that Kendall has a cousin working in the company and you did complain to him also?
Yes, and he made us write a report to carry up into HR in the yard. I'm not sure if this report is up to both of us. Both of us wrote a report. And I tried to reach out to the head of safety. I'm not hearing anything about this report. I have a scrap that I wrote, which I kept.
Could you send it to me, please?
Well, I won't be able to do that because I don't have it on my person.
Okay.
Jeremy could get it to me, cuz once you get it, send me that picture.
Okay, but let me ask you something again. Let me ask you something again. Let me ask you something again. But why Kendall told his mother that you constantly keep terrorizing him?
And it wasn't that.
So mommy, I'm fed up. Because the night before, he come and he complained to me.
About the same accused?
He said on the bed and said, Mom, I'm fed up. This boy and he harassing me. Right?
But why the boy always harassing him? What's the reason why?
Jealousy.
But they know each other a long time.
And I used to give him job to work.
Your son used to give him a job to work?
And drop him home.
You can live in by St. Margaret's, yeah?
Yeah.
He originally from
not far from the police station.
Like that. It was the other way around. The complete other way around. Cool, because I don't know everything that was going on. The supervisor was aware. It was never me harassing him.
Okay. So when he was shot and police and they found him lying in the road that night, where were you after the shot? So how he shot himself? He shot himself with his own gun?
I don't know what took place. I don't know where the shot came from. When I heard the shot, I ran down the road, which is going back to Florida. Well, not as far as Florida, but I ran back down the road. I stopped the car.
A taxi?
A taxi, jumped in, and I went on site in Plan's Garden. The supervisor on site, Mr. Raymond Noel, and Mr. Akili Celestin were present.
But let me ask you something again. How far were you away from Kendall the night he was shot? How far were you away? How far, like standing, like a standing distance? How far away?
Could be about 3 to 5 meters.
That was very close. So you don't know where that shot came from?
No idea where the shot came from.
Was there a struggle between you and Kendall?
No, it had no struggle. I had my root bag. He had a bag. I heard the shot.
And so let me ask you something. So when the shot rang off, you are saying that there was no struggle, there was nothing. So out of the blues, a gun just went off and this boy was shot?
Yes, Mr. Alleyne.
And you have nothing to do with this killing?
I have nothing to do with this killing.
Why you didn't go to the police station the said night or the morning after?
Mr. Alleyne, I received threats.
Yeah, but you could have gone to the police station.
I wasn't feeling safe, Mr. Alleyne.
But you're right, but then what what the family will think of Kendell, the family of Kendell will think that you get your house in order, get your story good, and then you go into the police station after 2 days. This happened what day? This happened Monday or Tuesday?
This happened on Tuesday.
On Tuesday night, right? They will think that when you go in, look, today is Thursday, and you saying, but to go to the police station, you haven't gone as yet. You were at your parents, at your mom home in Library, Wednesday evening. Why you didn't go to the police station if you know that you were that innocent?
Mr. Allen, I received text that his mother has a police friend, and they knew why they were coming for me.
Yeah, but you remember tomorrow you're going to the police station with your lawyer, with everybody. But you could have done that from Tuesday night self and Wednesday morning self.
I didn't have time to organize. My phone squeezed in my pocket area Tuesday, so it wasn't working. I had no phone. I couldn't contact anybody for anything.
So you are saying Kendell had a gun?
I'm not saying that I saw Kendell with a gun, but I saw him with a bag.
And you are saying that you were confronted on the road?
Yes.
And you are saying you were over 5 meters away from him, and you heard a loud gunshot. You heard a loud explosion, and then you saw him fall to the ground.
No, I didn't see him fall to the ground. I ran, he ran, and I ran.
So how he could run, and you run after the sound?
You heard both of us heard the sound, and I run immediately. I run.
So then
I didn't watch
come up from the road and shoot you then?
You have to have that possibility.
So you are saying that somebody else shot him, but not you?
Not me.
But you see, the time you take to go to the police station from Tuesday night, the gun residue and the clothing would have already been changed.
I have the same clothing there. I'm going with my everything from that day. It hasn't been washed. It hasn't been tampered with. It just came off my person, and it has been there.
Okay, because Kevin, I think Kendell used to give you a drop home and all kind of thing. You and the man was good.
It was Mr. Alleyne. It was if this guy gave me a drop 3 times, that was it.
And I used to give him drop to work.
Your son used to give him a drop to work?
And drop him home.
You can live in by St. Margaret's, yeah?
Yeah.
He originally
not far from the police station.
He originally from Library?
Yeah.
When I sold my vehicle, I sold my first vehicle, and this is after I showed certain things about me. I sold my gold Civic. It took me about a week or 2 to purchase another vehicle, and which I did. And I only took a job with this guy could be about 3 times, and that was just in the evening after work.
All right. We're gonna. You think you wanna say anything again?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah. So you are so what you are saying, bottom line, you are innocent and you did not shoot Kendell.
Bottom line.
All right, sir. Thank you again. Thanks for speaking to me.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is where, it's only one platform you can really get it, and that's on Crime Watch.